But you hate that expression, fake it till you make it.
Yeah, well,
because that's not what you're trying to say there.
because fake it till you make it. And again, words matter in life. I learned that
Very
from Jim.
much so. Yeah.
Fake it till you make it. I mean, automatically it sends off a negative sort of connotation to people.
You're telling
right?
your subconscious you're faking. That's not good.
No, it's not good. It's not good at all. And are you faking it for other people, the purposes of other people? I'm not. I'm doing this because I want to bring the best of me out there. I want to continuously hack away at all the different labels and perceptions I've got about myself so that I can continue to find more and more of what I'm made of, right? That's the great pursuit of life. In fact, I think one of the great quotes that comes out of this country, it's attributed to an archbishop in the UK where he says, I wanted to change the world. And so I started out trying to change the world because I wanted to make it a better place. And then I quickly discovered that changing the world was going to be hard. So I decided I was going to change my nation. And after trying to change my nation, I realized that was difficult. So I tried to change my community. And in trying to change my community, discovered that was difficult. So I said I was going to change my family. And I discovered that changing my family was hard as well. And then I realized now, at the end of my days, that if I would have just started with changing myself, I could have impacted my family, which would have changed my community, which could have impacted my nation, and ultimately changed the world. The great pursuit of all this stuff is always, how can we constantly be best versions of ourselves? How can we get, and that's a hard thing. But that's why I love the pursuit of what we do at our company, of trying to find and give people the actual tools, the real tools. That's why it's so important for me to continuously, even though I could stop working with people one-on-one and just let training programs, proliferate around the globe. No, I need to stay rooted in what's happening on the field with people daily, face to face, toes to toes, nose to nose, so I can really see what's working and what's not working, diving in between the 6 inches of their ears and hear what are you actually saying to yourself that allows you to perform at such an extraordinary level? And just on that note, there's a soccer player or a football player over here who is, he's in the top 5 greatest soccer players of all time. And his actual psychology of how he thinks about the game and himself is this. And I worked with him. He is personally offended that other players are going to be on the same field as him, sharing the same blades of grass in his terms. And he feels it's his duty to embarrass them as much as he possibly can out there, to show them the gap that is between how much better he is than them and how much more work it's going to take for them to even sniff his cleats. And so now I'm going to go out there, both opponents and teammates, and make that happen. Now, are you going to hear that in a press conference? No. This is actually this is behind the press conference. This is you diving into the 6 inches of how people are really thinking and what they're actually doing. No, but that's a healthy superego that allows him to bring out all of his abilities out there.
Right.
And that's what's lost nowadays, is that a lot of people are trying to take young kids, I see this in sport, where they're like, oh no, everyone's got to get equal ball time and stuff like that. Well, in the development stages, 7, 8, 9, 10, you're skill building, yes. But there are times where there's a kid who is, after practice, going home and he's practicing more and more and more and more and more and more and more than everyone else. And he starts to rise above everyone else. And then they start to put a little hand on his head and try to push him down, say, no. And it's sad. I feel bad for those little kids. I try to rescue them out of those situations and build them back up again. He's like, no. This brilliance that you're developing, move into it.
Yeah.